Throughout the whole build-up, everyone was just talking about Naoya Inoue. What did you have to do to make sure you remained focused?
Right and left, and that is it. History is made in Tokyo, Japan.
To duck MJ. The second time was cast iron, in writing. He had to fight in. They found a way.
Fighting the best, so I'm a mandatory, I'm an interim champion. You know, he just should prove that he's the best in his division.
Delivered him the fight. It's not been called once, it's been called twice by the WBA. The first time they paid for an exception.
The drama surrounding Naoya, the monster, Inoue, and Murodjon, Akhmadaliev, didn't erupt out of nowhere. It wasn't born inside a press conference or a weigh-in stare-down. It festered. It simmered. It grew over months of interviews, mandatory orders, accusations, and one fighter's unwavering belief that the greatest destroyer of the lower weight divisions was nothing more than a man he could expose. It was a rivalry built long before either man stepped into the same ring, and it was fueled by a kind of confidence that only one of them truly understood. It began when Akhmadaliev decided he had been disrespected for the last time. Inoue, he said, wasn't the monster everyone claimed he was. He wasn't invincible. He wasn't special. He was simply another champion avoiding a threat he didn't want to face. And MJ made sure the world heard him loud and clear. He didn't whisper it. He didn't imply it. He said it directly, on camera, staring through the lens as if staring straight into Inoue's skull. "You may be the monster to the world," he snarled, "but to me, you're just another man. You've never faced someone like me. I'll expose your weaknesses and prove that monsters can be destroyed." Those words set something in motion. Fans leaned in, media outlets circled, and even those who would never dare speak against Inoue in public began to wonder whether the Uzbek southpaw actually possessed the tools to threaten a legend. After all, he was fast, he was relentless, he was technically sharp, and he was once the unified super bantamweight champion who believed he never truly lost his belts. He saw himself not as a challenger, but as the rightful heir reclaiming what was already his. And nothing fueled his motivation more than the belief that the man at the top was avoiding him. During every interview, MJ hammered the same message. Inoue owed him an explanation. If he doesn't want to fight me, he insisted, he needs to explain. When I was champion, I followed the rules. I fought my mandatories without question. You should do the same. And each time he said it with the same cold conviction, the same unwavering tone that suggested he believed destiny itself demanded this match. The best should fight the best. The mandatory should be respected. And if Inoue was really the legend everyone claimed he was, then he should prove it inside the ring. While the world debated whether MJ had crossed the line, another reality developed in the background. Akhmadaliev's trash talk wasn't coming from insecurity. It was coming from total belief. He saw holes in Inoue's style. He saw openings others couldn't exploit. He understood the footwork, the patterns, the angles. He watched Inoue score brutal knockouts and saw not invincibility, but opportunity. And as the date grew closer, his confidence only grew louder, sharper, more intense. Meanwhile, Naoya Inoue said almost nothing. That silence became its own kind of menace. While MJ barked through cameras and fired shots in interviews, Inoue simply trained. He'd listen to questions from reporters, smirk faintly, and respond with the most unnerving answer imaginable. Nothing more than calm confidence. For him, the talking would not be done in press conferences. It would be done in the ring. And then the footage of Inoue's past destruction began circulating again, reminding the world why his quiet was more terrifying than any words. Body shots that folded world champions in half. Jabs sharp enough to make opponents rethink every decision. A face that never reacted, even after landing punches powerful enough to echo through the arena. He wasn't dramatic. He wasn't flashy. He wasn't loud. He was simply inevitable. But that inevitability didn't matter to Akhmadaliev. He wanted to rip the monster apart. He wanted to expose him. He wanted the world to see something they had never seen in Inoue: fear. As trash talk intensified, Akhmadaliev's team joined the assault. They accused Inoue of ducking not once, but twice. They claimed the WBA mandated the fight, and Inoue's side found a way out. They insisted that when MJ was champion, he followed the rules. So why wasn't Inoue doing the same? One of MJ's team members went as far as promising, with a straight face and no hesitation, "Log this. This man will beat Naoya Inoue. He has the skills, the ability, the pedigree. He will beat him." Those words aged poorly, because alongside all the talking came something far more dangerous. Naoya Inoue destroying one opponent after another. McDonald crumbled under a devastating body punch. Maloney was flattened by a counter left hook that seemed to freeze time itself. Nery, the Mexican powerhouse many believed could challenge Inoue's timing, found himself walking straight into precision he could neither anticipate nor avoid. Every fight reaffirmed a truth the world already suspected. When Inoue touches you clean, the fight changes instantly. When he touches you twice, the fight ends. All of this created a collision course. Two men, two styles, two different approaches to war. One silent, one loud. One calm, one burning with fury. And everything built toward one night. September 14th, 2025, inside Nagoya's roaring IG Arena. A night where the monster defended all four belts. The WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO against a challenger who believed he was born for this moment. The build-up escalated into something that felt like more than boxing. It felt like destiny or revenge or fate, depending on which fighter's story you believed. Inoue's supporters saw the quiet confidence of a master. MJ's supporters saw the righteous anger of a dethroned champion hungry to reclaim his crown. And with every passing day, the world's anticipation reached another boiling point. This is what made the trash talk feel so personal. Akhmadaliev didn't just want to fight Inoue. He wanted to dismantle the mythology around him. He wanted to show the world that this so-called monster was nothing more than a man who had never faced real pressure, real volume, real adversity from a hungry southpaw with speed, power, and intelligence. But as every fighter who came before him learned, wanting to expose Inoue is one thing, discovering how is another. The closer the fight came, the harder the footage hit. Clips of Inoue ripping body shots that echoed like gunfire. Left hooks timed with such precision, they seemed to anticipate movement before fighters even made it. Knockdowns so violent that commentators were forced to whisper instead of speak. The phrase most efficient hunting machine in boxing resurfaced often because that was what he was. He didn't waste movement. He didn't waste punches. He didn't waste moments. Every second mattered. Every inch mattered. Every breath mattered. And yet, Akhmadaliev kept pushing the narrative that none of this mattered. Not the power, not the speed, not the reputation. To him, Inoue was not mythic. He was not terrifying. He was simply another fighter who had never been forced into a hell he could not escape. That was what MJ promised to bring: pressure, volume, tension, pace. The kind of deep waters where conditioning collapses and instincts override intelligence. He didn't want to just win. He wanted Inoue to drown under a style that no one had forced him to endure. But this wasn't the first time a fighter tried to walk the monster into chaos. And as history shows, chaos often ends with Inoue landing the punch you never see coming. Add to that the looming threat of future mega fights, Junto Nakatani, possible Saudi cards, even rumors of a weight jump, and the stakes grew even higher. Inoue wasn't just defending belts. He was defending an empire. Akhmadaliev wasn't just trying to win a fight. He was trying to burn that empire to the ground. By the time fight week arrived, something had shifted. For the first time in months, MJ wasn't smiling in interviews. He wasn't laughing off Inoue's talent. His tone grew heavier, sharper, more serious. Because now the moment wasn't theoretical. Now the ring was real. Now the monster was standing in front of him with the kind of quiet that made the air feel colder. And as fans revisited every past Inoue highlight, the McDonald body shot, the Maloney knockout, the Nery breakdown, something became painfully clear. Many fighters talk when facing Inoue. Many fighters promise to expose him. Many fighters say he's never faced someone like them. And every single time, those fighters learned something brutal. Talking is easy. Fighting Inoue is something else entirely. Trash talk can build hype. It can sell fights. It can rattle insecure champions. But against Naoya Inoue, it creates only one thing: pressure. Pressure he absorbs. Pressure he stores. Pressure he weaponizes. And the worst thing you can give a monster is hunger. By the time the arena lights dimmed and the walkouts began, the story had already taken shape. Akhmadaliev entered the ring like a man carrying the weight of his own prophecy. Inoue entered the ring like a man fulfilling routine. And when the first bell rang, the honesty of combat replaced every word spoken before it. MJ marched forward with the volume he promised, but Inoue's timing sliced through the pressure. MJ threw combinations, but Inoue countered with sharper precision. And every time the Uzbek warrior attacked, the Japanese champion answered with the kind of punches that rewrite narratives. Every single second revealed the truth. Trash talk doesn't work against a fighter who doesn't hear it. Pressure doesn't work against a fighter who thrives inside it. And belief doesn't work against a fighter who dismantles belief with a single shot to the liver. When a knockout finally came, it wasn't surprising. It was inevitable. The only surprising part was how quickly the silence fell afterward. Not from Inoue, but from a man who promised the world he would expose him. Akhmadaliev talked for months. Inoue talked for seconds. One punch ended the debate. One punch rewrote the story. One punch reminded the world why you don't call out a monster unless you're ready to face the consequences. Trash talk didn't give MJ confidence. It gave Inoue purpose. And purpose is far more dangerous than noise. Because on that night, under the bright lights of Japan, MJ didn't expose the monster. The monster exposed him. And when it was over, one truth echoed louder than any insult ever thrown before it. Don't wake a sleeping monster unless you're prepared to face the rage that follows.